Hey gang. So it is 2023. Happy New Year, everyone. I wanted to make a short list of the top 10 things that I want to see in Hunt in 2023. Now, there are a bunch of things that could be added to the game, and I'm sure that everyone's opinions will differ on these. However, I have given a considerable amount of thought to the 10 things that I would like to see in Hunt. So instead of a long intro or anything like that, I want to jump right into it. This is completely unscripted. I've just got some dot points and I want to talk about it. So let's get right to it in no particular order. Number one is I would like to see a new Pax variant, preferably a Pax Carbine. We've recently received a Lamat Carbine. It just came out in the recent Wildfire event as of last patch, and that's pretty cool. It's a good gun. I personally don't use it, but it's a good gun. It makes a gun that was already okay for Lamat, but was pretty good with slugs, into a really good, affordable, effective rifle. I actually quite like it. It's pretty good. Again, not for me, but it's a good gun, right? It's not for me because it's still the Lamat. However, I would like a Pax variant. I want the Pax Carbine. At the moment, the Pax is in this weird, it's like the redheaded stepchild, right? No one really likes it. It used to be really good, and then the Scottfield came along, and no one really cared that much about the Scottfield. But then the Scottfield got variants, and the Scottfield variants are way better than the original gun. I don't know anyone who really runs the original Scottfield, because you've got no real reason to. If you want something with good fanning, you're going to take the Scottfield Swift because you can reload all your bullets quick. If you want rapid fire, you're going to take the Spitfire. There's no real benefit to taking the low and slow regular Scottfield. It's just not. I don't really see a benefit in it, really, because the variants are better. And they're so good, in fact, that they've completely outshone the Pax. Don't get me wrong, the Pax still has a place of sorts now by the fact that it's got an FMJ and poison ammo, and that's really cool, but it's still outclassed, right? The Scottfield, in my opinion anyway, this is all just my opinion, outclasses it. So I'd really like a Pax Carbine, or just something, give me a Pax variant, something to make the Pax in a better spot than where it is. I get the Pax later than the Scottfield, yet the variants are better. It doesn't make sense. Give me a Pax variant. And number two is I would like a new map. I understand that maps take a long time and it was many years from the first and second map to the third. However, a fourth map for Hunt would feel really good. 3 maps feel good as is, but 4 would feel just mwah. I'd actually be very happy with 4 maps for, I want to say about 3 years, right? You could just give me 4 maps and I could have that for anywhere 2 to 3 years and I'd be okay. I know these take a lot of time, but I would like to see a new map. As for setting or theme, I don't really mind, actually. I think Crytek have really nailed it. They've really knocked it out of the park. I think DeSalle is a completely different map from Lawson Delta and from the Stillwater Bayou. I think they're 2 completely different environments. DeSalle is more elevated. It's got more rocky terrain. It's even got more gullies that you can just fall in between. It's also got more cover from compound to compound, whereas Stillwater Bayou and Lawson Delta have just big open expanses with a few occasional bushes. They are different maps, and a 4th map I would really like to see some sort of combination of the 2. I don't mind DeSalle's elevation, and I really don't mind the amount of cover from point to point. That's pretty good. It allows me to try multiple options of approach rather than just one direct path, because there's only one safe one, but DeSalle has many others. Next on the list, again in no particular order, I'd like a new boss. I don't really mind the bosses in Hunt so much. I mean, I have a favorite to kill, which is the Butcher, because it's the easiest. And I have a least favorite, which is the Assassin, because you can no longer sticky it. Fun fact, you used to be able to sticky the Assassin way back when, and the sticky would just go on its little assassin body and then blow up, but no longer is that the case. So I would like a new boss in 2023. I also would like to see a boss use the mechanic that I'm about to talk about for number 4, which is I'd like some new AI variants. Our last variant was the pistol grunts, which when they damage you, they let out a gunshot, which is pretty cool. And before that, we got Doctor grunts and obviously lantern grunts and torch grunts and all of that, which is really cool. But I would like a variant of a special mob. Now, I'm not talking about like how we have helmeted dogs and then we're now going to get helmets on hives. That should never happen. We should never get helmets on hives. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Crytek, I know you're listening. Please don't put helmets on hives. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Dennis, don't you do it. I would like to see more AI variants, just something for special mobs. I'd like to see a choke bomb immolator, an immolator that you're actually encouraged to either shoot or stab or set off in some way to remove fire on a map and either put out a teammate or put out a fire that's around. I would like to see an AI that you're encouraged to murder, similar to the Dr. Grunts that drop a medkit. I'd like to see on a special. And the choke bomb effect is really unique and really cool, but it's not used very often, really. It's not used outside of actual choke bombs themselves. Scrap Pig has a noise mechanic. It kind of like deafens you, but I'd like to see more mobs actually implement the choking effect, because it's essentially a sound trap and an aim disruptor, but essentially just a sound trap. So having a special AI variant that is actually beneficial, sort of, if you kill it, would be kind of cool. At the cost, of course, if you melee it, then you're going to be coughing, you're going to be loud. I like that, right? Choking is a really cool implementation in Hunt. I want more things that do it. It'd be kind of cool. Next up, number 5 is I want more map conditions. The wildfire event, whether you can run it or not, is a really, really cool thing. This is a pocketed, static, zone-implemented weather effect, and it's really, really cool. It's primarily really cool, other than the fact that it's big plumes of fire and smoke and you can't see past them. It's mainly cool, actually, because it just around with your hearing, and you can't hear as clear as you once were able to. And I actually really like that, because Hunt's sound is top tier. There's no game I've played with better sound than Hunt. The only close game I can think of is Studio Monkey's Returnal, which is very good binaural audio, but not as good as Hunt's. Hunt's is still better. And the Raging Inferno is just so cool in terms of what it does to your sound and what it does in terms of where you can and can't play anymore. So having more weather effects that rotate around, like maybe seasonal, or maybe they just rotate, like your map has a chance to load in with that in place. That's really cool. I would love that. Now, I know a lot of you are probably screaming, we want snow, we want snow. I don't think snow will ever actually come to Hunt, at least not in a way that you're probably thinking of it. And that's mainly because of the fact that if there is snow, which everyone would like, there's also got to be footstep tracks. And that's a whole different thing. Because it might be cool to have snow and have that soft crunching of snow or a blizzard obstructing your aim. It sounds cool, right? But think about fog. Everyone f***ing hates fog. No one f***ing likes fog. It's cool for stealth players, but outside of that, fog sucks, and we all know it. So having a blizzardy winter effect, doing that but cranked up to 11, you think you want it, but you don't. It's not going to be a good time. Instead, what I would like is either seasonal or rotatable or whatever effects, but like I want a storm or like plague clouds of like swarms of bugs, or I want just like pockets where it is just torrential downpour, right? It is just torrential rain or torrential storm. Instead of the inferno, it is just lightning and thunder and just howling wind and water. Just areas are just drenched. And you don't have footsteps, but you will hear the wet sloshing when someone's sprinting through it, and it's just rain and howling. That'd be cool. And I know some of you'd be like, oh, Alan, how can you have localized, winter? How the winter? First off, it's a storm, and second of all, I mean, come on, we have a giant pig butcher thing. I'm pretty sure realism went out the window like 5 years ago, right? I think we're past that. So new map conditions, I'd love that. Number 6, as I would like more options for solo players. Now, I don't play solo a lot, but ever since the solo revive with Necro through Grounded has come in, oh my goodness, oh, do I love that. And I'm pretty sure every solo player can agree with me. And I'm gonna hazard a guess here that even people who are in duos or trios probably also like it too. I'm pretty sure you can probably suck it up and admit that solos being able to revive themselves with Necro is pretty cool, because if you camp them, you get another kill, but the solo gets to have fun. It's fun for all. I really hope that solo reviving stays in the game. I hope it doesn't go. I hope it actually gets made a permanent fixture, because that's actually the first direct buff to solo players in the history of Hunt. And I know some of you are going to be like, oh, actually, that's not true. Solos get more money for extracting. That's not a buff to solos. That's just an incentive to play solo. Having something that allows a solo player to have a buff of some description, not an edge necessarily, but just a buff. A solo revive is really cool. Maybe solo players with a bounty have a shorter extraction time. I don't know. Maybe like 5 seconds shorter. I'm not sure, right? But if you saw a solo player pick up a bounty and yeet toward the exit, you know you've got to go chase them down, you know? So just a thought, I'd like something for solo players. Next up, number 7 is I want more medium ammo weapons. It's simple as that. Just give me more medium ammo options. This is not a really deep topic or point. We have, you know, the Scotty, the Vedley, the Pax, the Centennial, the Springy. That's cool, right? That's cool, but I want another fat medium weapon. When I heard the Crag, I was very excited. I was pretty sure it was either going to be medium or long, one of the two. Definitely wasn't going to be compact. The damage is 124, which is almost on the medium spectrum, actually, in terms of damage. But yeah, I want another medium. Give me another medium weapon. I just want one. That'd be great. Please and thank you. Number 8 is I would like more traits. Literally that. The traits in Hunt are really good. And the recent Wildfire event has proven that Crytek have a lot of cool ideas still to go in terms of traits. So I'd be happy in 2023 if we got 3 or 4 new traits added to the game. I'm not particularly sure what these traits would do. I'm not a game dev. That's not my place. I'm, as a player, as a content creator, I would like to see more added, right? I would like to have something, just some other things added that encourage me to spend my points other than what I've got already. Because even though there were some changes, Doctor got made more expensive, Fanning was made more expensive, essentially meta perks were made more expensive. It doesn't actually change the meta. It just makes the points more expensive, right? It doesn't change what I'm getting. I'm still going to get the same things. I'm still grabbing Doctor, I'm still grabbing Position, I'm still grabbing Frontiersman, I'm still grabbing Necro. I want more options. I want creative options that make me want to do other things. Certain perks are really good for newer players, like Horn Skin, but if it's not necessarily a new perk, I want changes, additional changes to the perk, as in give me the permanent necro res for solo players. Awesome. Instead of Horn Skin giving me just blunt damage reduction, I don't know, give me something else with that. Maybe give me piercing damage reduction too, or maybe allow if I bare knuckle brawl someone, like I physically punch someone, that I do extra damage, or a bleeding effect. I don't know, but just give me alternative perks that I want to choose. The biggest one I can think of at the top of my head in recent memory is Gator Legs. I pretty much never took Gator Legs, but then the change happened. I'm like, oh, Gator Legs, you know, now you're sexy. It's like that boyfriend meme, you know, like old Gator Legs don't give a but new Gator Legs is sexy. So give me 3 or 4 either new traits or changes to existing ones, and I'm all on board. Number 9 is I would really like to see quick play duos. However, it's still random only, right? So you can quick play duo, but you're just going to get put in with a random person. I would like that. And I want it to be random only for 2 reasons. 1, you can't have duos jumping in and duos of players jumping in and just shitting on everyone. Number 2, you can't have duos and players jumping in and splitting the player base from bounty hunt, because coordinated duos queue into bounty hunt. Having coordinated duos queue into quick play will split the player base, because bounty hunt is still very much still the premier game mode for Hunt Showdown. So I would like very much to have that in one little neat package. So allow us to do quick play duos, man. Just let me play with a random, and it's really good for new players because it teaches them that this is how you play the game in a quick play scenario, but also gets you involved to working with new people, being thrown in the deep end, right? Jumping into bounty hunt with a random is scary. You don't know who they are, you know what they're about, but jumping into quick play with a random, it's quick, it's fun, it's snappy, it's accessible, it's easy, it's very just pick up and play. You don't really need to know the massive mechanics of Hunt. You can just jump in and have a good time, get used to playing with other people, and that will encourage you and hopefully carry over into bounty hunt. So I would like that. I would like quick play to actually mean a bit more too, and have more of a transitional nature into the main game, which is bounty hunt. And finally, number 10 for 2023. Again, none of these are in any particular order, but I would like money in Hunt. That's actually the sentence. No, it's not the whole sentence. I want money to mean something. It's different for me, I understand, as I'm Prestige 100. I've played the game for many hours, and I have hundreds of thousands of Hunt dollars. However, I would like money to mean something. I would like the ability for me to actually be like, oh man, that's a Dolch. Wow, that's expensive. Because as it stands, I can run my same meta loadout. I can do that. I can consistently do that. No problem, because my bank account allows it. And I'm pretty good at the game, so I'm going to get more wins than I do losses. But also on top of that, even if I do keep losing, I have so much money that it doesn't really matter if I keep losing. I'm eventually going to turn that around. And especially with the recent events, being able to keep a level 50 hunter due to death cheat. So if I go in the next game and win, I just get more money. So I'd like money to mean something. Either allow me, I have ideas for it. I would like really, really well and truly, I would like to be able to wager or gamble my in-game hunt money. Not blood bonds, because that's actual gambling, because people can buy blood bonds, but my in-game hunt dollars. I would like to be able to wager my in-game hunt dollars on the outcome of the match. I'd like to be able to wager that I will get out with either both bounties or a bounty. I don't want wagers for like kill a boss, because that's very RNG. You could just spawn on the other side of the map on a single bounty map and the other team spawns in the compound with it. So not that. I'd like to be able to wager hunt dollars on that I will extract with a bounty. It's got to be really simple things that can always occur. It would need to be capped at a certain amount. And I know that's obviously going to just increase people's money, right? If you're really good at the game, it's just going to increase people's money. But having money means something in Hunt. Because whilst there is no in-game player market economy, there is an in-game economy. And being able to afford any weapon I want on a whim is really cool, because I've played the game a lot and I'm a good player, and that's fine. But for new players, like, it must be rough. Like, if you're a new player and you're getting dicked on by long ammo constantly, just comment, please. Just let me know. I want to hear from you. Okay, I want to know. I want to know if that's the case, because I feel like it is. So having the Hunt money economy mean something in 2023 would be really, really cool. Really, really big. It doesn't have to be wagering it, but just something. Just let me pay Hunt dollars to clear my weapons instead of blood bonds, please. Let me reshuffle my talents with Hunt dollars instead of blood bonds, please. You've got a really good system now with blood bonds and skins and stuff coming out, which is wanting me to spend my real money on blood bonds. That's great, but please allow me to just drain my actual Hunt bank account in other things. That'd be great. Cool. That's it, guys. That's it for me in terms of 10 things in 2023 I'd like to see from Hunt. If there's something that you would like to see in particular, please chuck it down below. Hope you guys had a wonderful and safe 2022 into 2023 transition, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys.